Welcome to the TAF Hub. This is a brand new show brought to you by TAF Africa Global to educate you on real estate business and all the information you need to know about real estate.
After 45 years of construction and real estate development in 8 African countries, it is time to share my experience, and it can only be done in the TAF Hub. We will be inviting experts who will give you facts and the right regulations on real estate development.
Join us every week on our social media platforms for an exciting show.
Hello and welcome to the TAF Hub. Today we are not filming from the studio but on site, and for that reason we're going to bring you a big surprise. I'm not with my co-host Mariama. She will meet us later. But the lessons to learn here is that if you want to deliver work on site, you have to start early. It's about 6:45 in the morning, and here I go. I'm going off to site. Hi Mariama. Good morning. Today is a different place, huh?
Wow, this is massive and beautiful, Mr. Njai. What is this? Is this an estate, or just tell us, what is it?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mariama. This is actually not an estate. It's a city. This is the TAF City. And as you know, we have a vision to deliver 1 million homes across sub-Saharan Africa. And in Gambia, we have a vision to deliver 10,000 over the next 20 years. So this is the TAF City. The TAF City comprises of 5,000 units, 5,000 houses, all built up. Now that's why it's not an estate. It's a city, and you have a combination of estates within. The first phase alone, there will be about 10 estates within the first phase. And there are other amenities actually in it. And now I just want to list it out. Let me list out some of the things that you have here. First, to start with, in the first phase, what we did was we have 10 different estates. And they are all given names and numbered. So what we did was, the first one is called Benna. Benna as in Wolof. Okay. The second one is called Didi. Didi as in Fula. The third one is called Saba, as in Mandinka. The fourth one is called Baki, as in Jola. The fifth one is called Batik, as in Serir. The sixth one is called Paj, as in Manjago. The seventh one is called Seven, as in Aku. The eighth one is called Sei, as in Mandinka. The ninth one is called Kabu, as in Sarahule. And the 10th one is called Fuka, as in Wolof. So you're going to have all this cluster of estates that are going to come together to form the city. Now within the city also, you have everything that you should have in a modern city. Obviously, it's green, and also it's smart. Yeah. And so we're going to have a composition of a lot of things, a lot of things that you will have in a city. We're going to have a mixed-use shopping. We're going to have businesses and offices here, a shopping mall, a huge shopping mall, a petrol station.
Petrol station?
Yes. A transit center.
Wow.
A hospital and a clinic, a fire station, a police station, primary school, high school, nursery school, creche, vocational training college, a university, a student accommodation, horticultural farm, showrooms, light industries, greenhouses, hydroponics, hydroponics farms, public parks, sports centers, aquaculture, mosque, church, wellness center, boutique hotel, a 9-hole golf course, a riverside promenade, a retirement village, an attenuation pond, entertainment zone, restaurants, clubhouses, phone fair, bicycle lanes, pedestrian walkways, jogging track, bird heights, farmers market, and the supply of the electricity will be hybrid.
I was thinking you will miss out on some important key facilities, but it's like you haven't left out anything.
No.
This is a city that is going to entail everything that one would need in a settlement, which is amazing. No wonder this place is so huge. Now, what inspired this project? This is the first time the Gambia is going to have a TAF city of this such.
Well, I mean, you know, we don't want to be doing small things, because if you're trying to develop 1 million homes, you cannot build a small estate. So after successfully developing the Reef TAF Golf Estate, you know, and then we had the vision to build 1 million homes for over 20 years, you cannot be developing estates of small pockets. So that's why, you know, for the past 4 or 5 years, you know, about 4 years, we've been buying land around here from the rightful owners and putting them together. So what inspired me really is that because we generally, TAF Africa Global wants to develop 1 million homes, and in the Gambia we want to develop 10,000. So therefore we thought, let's do a city, something modern and something you will find in most advanced countries. So here you will have about 5,000 units together.
I'm excited about this project because as Gambians, some of us who have traveled, we've seen how developed other countries are, having parks, having places where you can just go out with your family and hang out. So this is really exciting and I can't wait to see the outcome. But how long would you complete this project and how affordable will it be for Gambians?
The project, we are projecting that it will take a maximum of 20 years. But you know, when you do these projects, you can project 20, but if the population is growing, you know, prosperity comes around, and then, you know, probably people can buy it faster. It's all demand driven. But I think it's between 10 to 15, 20 years. We just have a projection. We don't know how long it will take. But it will be done in phases. Like we're going to start construction, as you can see, we've started the roads already. The housing construction is going to start in October this year.
This year?
Yes, because actually we have the foundation laying that's going to take place, you know, in October. We've written to the president to do it. And then, you know, from then after the rains, we're going to start construction of the houses. And affordability, as you know, we specialize in affordable housing. And it will be affordable, but affordability is relative. So we do our best to bring the prices as low as possible so that it's affordable.
Okay, affordable homes, that's the project, that's the plan. So, so now talking about affordability, most Gambians would complain that they can't afford your houses. How is it going to be really affordable for people to buy here?
Okay, I think that is true. I mean, you cannot deny the fact that the type of houses we are building, it's unaffordable to Gambians who are living here, and mainly public servants. So, and there's a reason for it. The reason is that in building a house, probably over 90-something% of the materials are imported into this country. So we cannot control the prices. And again, these days, we also buy the land, and the premium on land has gone up. If we reveal how much we have paid for this land, it's unbelievable. And obviously, as a developer, we put all our costs together, then put our margin on. Again, labor is expensive these days. So that makes things unaffordable. It's not only in housing, but a lot of commodities now are getting more and more expensive. And I think in general, it's because we are living in a country where, you know, close to almost 100% of things that we use is imported. And most recently, when COVID hit, what happened with shipping? Because if you import, you have to ship. Shipping alone has gone up by 150%. So everything that comes into the country is bound, the prices are bound to increase. But all the same, we cannot just sit on our laurels without thinking of how to make housing and access to land more affordable. So what we plan to do now, we're trying to buy land beyond Brikama. And when that is done, we will go into sites and services and target the public servants and Gambians who are living here.
Like this is right now between...
this is between Siffoe and Brikama.
Okay.
But this is expensive. If we tell you the price we bought it for, it's extremely expensive now. Yeah. But if you go, let's say, towards around where the university is, the thing is, but the moment you name a place, people will now, some speculators will run and start buying it, waiting to resell to us. Because that's what happened here. We bought some from the traditional owners, the Kabilos, but some we bought from some estate agents who bought it already and then sold it to us. Okay. So, but I think it is our duty as the leading real estate developer in this country to continuously find a way of trying to make land and housing accessible and affordable to the ordinary Gambian who is here. So that's what we plan to do beyond Brikama, maybe do some sites and services, do the basic infrastructure, and try to work maybe with other institutions, you know, and make, you know, housing affordable and accessible. Not housing as such, because I believe strongly that public servants will not be able to afford to buy a house that is ready. But access to land, if they have a land that the sites and services were done, like most of the development that happened in Brusubi, for example, in Kanifing, people will buy land and then gradually, as we say, in a tacit basis, they will build over time. We are concerned about this, and we are doing everything possible to make land, sites and services accessible to public servants and also Gambians who are living here.
I'm glad that you have that in your plans to make it affordable and accessible to civil servants and Gambians in general. But then you did mention that you will be building here per phase, and probably the project might last for 20 years. How soon can people start living here then?
Again, it's our projection that we will start works building some of these houses by October. And for us, we build so fast. By the middle of 2022, you can have people living here. Okay. Because it's in phases. So the first phase that we are going to do is the Bena Estate. The Bena Estate is only 50 units, and they are all bungalows. So that will be ready, it can be ready by the middle of 2022.
All right, as you can all see, work has already started here. The roads are almost done. I mean, work has started, and I'm amazed with the solar lights that you have. Talking about building smart and green, already you've introduced the solar lights, which is going to save a lot of money, and of course it's healthy. And yes, for the environment as well. I just love it. But what challenges are you currently facing, and what measures have you taken in place to tackle them?
I would say the first major challenge we have in the country today is labor. Labor is a problem. Because obviously, you see in construction, when you develop a project like this, the benefit to a nation is economical. One, for example, job creation. Yes. So if we are going to build 5,000 houses, you know what it means? It's 5,000 multiplied by 12 workmen per house. So 12 by 5 is 60. So that's about what, 60,000. 60,000 jobs will be created here. But we don't have the workers. We have tried to encourage, you know, young people to take up some of these jobs, you know, because these works are available. And if we want to develop our own country, the young ones need to come on board. Now, what we're trying to do to solve this is obviously our training institute. Currently, we've launched a pilot project of training to train 25 young Gambians as masons. And the moment they are qualified, it will take them about 18 months. The moment they are qualified, they are guaranteed a job here. So I am using this medium. You know, the young ones should get up and come and work. And there's nothing wrong in starting to work with your own hands as an apprentice here. And believe me, take my word, if you come here and you want to learn a trade on site, within the next 2-3 years, you can be a qualified technician, a mason, or an assistant carpenter. And the salary is good, the money is good. So I want to appeal to the young ones that our biggest challenge today is that we don't have young Gambians who are taking up these professions. And now, what we have now, we are now creating the jobs for other nationals to come across the border to work here.
So that means there's work available not just for Gambians, but even the sub-region, young people who are interested to work and come. And there's a learning opportunity, so there's no excuse anymore. You can learn and then come work and make some money for yourself, which is amazing. You're creating jobs. You're also teaching them skills and talents. What are the opportunities created from this?
Well, obviously, you know, look, when you create employment, there are opportunities because you make money. And I always make reference to myself. I started working at the age of 18. And I worked, as I said before, as a teacher in Gambia High School, woodwork teacher, and then to Lamine, you know, as a junior instructor. Then I started working with Balfour Beatty. Balfour Beatty, I was employed as an engineer's assistant. And I went through my apprenticeship, and that is how I am used to getting up in the morning. You know, when we were building the flight catering unit at the airport, I was living in Banjul with my parents. And I used to get up 5 o'clock in the morning to be at work in Yundum at 7 o'clock. So it's a huge opportunity. So, for example, for me, by the time I was 29, when I got married, I had already built my own house. So I am appealing to the young ones that there are great opportunities here. There's work and there's money in this business. So they should take it up, and yes, it will be good for everybody to come on board.
That's right. But then in an interview you did mention, and of course right now you did mention that the president of the Gambia is going to lay the foundation for this construction that is going to start here at the TAF City. When is it going to be, and are prices up yet for the TAF City?
Now, we have written to the Office of the President. You know, obviously, if you do a project like this, it's good to have the political will and the political support. And I have no doubt that the President, you know, despite his busy schedule, will be here. Not only him. Recently, we signed an MOU with UN Habitat. As you know, UN Habitat is the arm of UN that's responsible for shelter and housing. For the first time in the history of UN Habitat in Africa, they have signed up with a developer in working together in what we're doing. So the head of UN Habitat in Abidjan should be here. Shelter Africa, if you remember at TAFCON last year, we signed an MOU as our financial partner, or one of our financial partners. And the head of Shelter Africa has already consented to be here. You know, I also have, you know, as you know, in Africa, we have some ministers that we're dealing with in housing. We're going to invite them over because this is a pilot project of the type of units we are rolling out in Africa. Because what we build now are micro cities. We're not building estates anymore. If you follow us, most recently, we came from Sierra Leone about 2 weeks ago, and we have signed an MOU with the state of Sierra Leone to develop 15,000 acres of land. That's about 6,000 hectares. You know, here, by the time it's ready, it's only 500 hectares. But in Sierra Leone, what we have signed for is 6,000 hectares. So, yes, your question was about laying of the foundation stone. It will be in October. I have no doubt. Well, if the president cannot make it, he will delegate. That's not for me to respond. But we hope that he will find time to it.
Okay, and our price is already up for this place?
No, prices are not up yet because we are still busy, you know, putting our prices together. And prices will be up by October. And anybody who's interested, we're taking enquiries. You can send your enquiries, we'll respond. October is just a month away.
Yeah, it's already
so, but
here.
yes, you can send enquiries to info@tafafricaglobal.com, or by WhatsApp you can call 776-2333 or 376-2333. So our sales executives are always available, you know, to answer to your question. And if you are interested, we'll just take note. And when the prices are up, obviously, it will be out in the open, or we will send it to you directly.
Now, I saw the video of how the MOU started with Sierra Leone when the president himself came here and saw some of your work. That is how this project started in Sierra Leone. Now, can you briefly run us through this project that you're going to be building there for affordable homes? Is it going to be the same standards as you are building in the Gambia?
Now, in Sierra Leone, actually, we are going to build for different income brackets. Sierra Leone, despite the fact that it's about, in population terms, it's 4 times bigger than the Gambia. But we haven't, if you go there, you'll not find estates like this.
Really?
Yes, you'll not find estates like this. There are some developers who's been there, but mainly it's for the high income bracket. So every country in Africa wants affordable housing and social. So we're going to do mix. The total of 6,008 hectares is not only on one site. There are different sites, and we're now conducting the market study and the feasibility study that will determine the type of units we are going to build in every site. But again, it's all on the basis of micro-cities.
Now, finally, before we leave, I would like you to talk about work ethics. Work ethics is one of the biggest challenges that people are faced with here. Punctuality, to be regular at work, and obviously you are always complaining about it as well. Now, can you briefly just tell us how you are coping with this situation, working in such a big institute in the Gambia, within the, you know?
Well, I'll be very honest and blunt about work ethics and punctuality. It's gone down. It's gone down, and I can only make reference to when people like us started working, which is about some 40-something years ago. Generally in this country and in construction, people started work at 7 o'clock. Now we find it difficult. If you go to a typical work site, if you start at 10 or 11 o'clock, you'll be lucky.
Yes.
You know, so we need to change our ethics and our attitude towards work. People complain a lot about prices hiking up. You know, it's not only, as I said, in housing, but even bread most recently.
Yes.
You know, I am following the complaints that bread has been increased to $10 from $7. Some of these things is unaffordable. Maybe 10 is too high, but if, as I said, price of shipping increased by 150%, so it will affect flour. It will affect so many other things. So therefore, what I haven't seen things change here, it's the time that we put into our work. If you are working 3 or 4 hours a day, if you want to afford something good, increase your work hours. But we want to go to work at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, leave work by 2, 3 o'clock, you know, and then don't try to do anything extra. There's always the complaint of, oh no, there's no work, there's no that. Work doesn't come to you. You can multitask, you can do so many things. I remember when we were young, after work, our normal work, closing work at 5 o'clock, between 5 and 7, we'll go and do a cut job somewhere to earn extra money. So really, when I talk, I appeal to the youth, as you know.
Yes.
My concern is on the youth and the generation today and that's coming, that we need to put in that extra effort because times are getting harder by the day. It's not only in the Gambia, it's all over the world. Yeah. So I appeal to the young ones that attitude must be changed. If you want a better life, if you want something affordable, you have to try and earn more. And for me, there are opportunities. I've just told you that here we're going to create 60,000 jobs. That's a lot. And if you come here and you look around proper, there's something that you can do. I mean, I said in some of my interviews that my mom used to sell mburu and liba. Look, imagine the amount of workers who are going to be here. So there's no reason why even a so-called educated young lady cannot start packaging food for the workers here. Remember, there's going to be a lot of workers who are going to be here. So we need to go out there and search the opportunities. When we were starting Dalaba, I saw a lady who was on a bike. She had her bike, I posted it. Yes. So what is wrong with somebody who's living close now in Siffoe or Gunjur or Brikama to come and look for opportunities here? What is it that I can do to be in business, to be able to make money? So I think if you run a business today in this country and you are being very honest and fair, we need to be very frank with our young ones that there is a need for attitudinal change, and attitudinal change also takes work ethics and also working longer hours. That's
right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Njai. I'm really inspired as a young person, you know, also trying to keep on waking up at 5 a.m. today was really an energy.
A struggle.
I had to really force it out, but I'm glad that I did. And yes, thank you for taking us to the TAF City to show us the work that is about to start here. I'm really excited, like I said, about this project. It's going to be the first of its kind, TAF Africa Global, setting the standards. Thank you so much to all our wonderful viewers, and remember to go subscribe on our YouTube channel, Mustafa Njai Das TAF, or you can just follow the link on the screen and see all the amazing work that is about to come to your screen. Thank you.
The development of our Dalaba estate commenced in November 2018. Today, Dalaba comprises of over 350 affordable and quality homes with fenced and gated service plots. The estate boasts features such as surfaced dressed roads with interlocking bricks, solar street lights, and beautiful landscaping to be further complemented with 1,500 fruit trees. With accessibility to water and electricity, fenced service plot owners continue to develop their properties. Within a period of 24 months, TAF Africa Global has transformed a 20-hectare undeveloped plot into a fully functional residential estate, housing families comfortably. TAF Africa Global. Our experience is global, our focus is Africa. For information on any of our current and future developments, please call +220 776 2333 or 376 2333.